ain't no game. This that CSC game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just that podcast. I'm on the show, spread fake news. We just call it a podcast. West Joey, Sam, Sean, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he wants small fries. Tell him they better make him big. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. Here he goes. This place is gone.
If we said it instead of this song, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are...
The emotional journey to the championship.
What is up? Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Coming to you live from the Rally House Studios. His first fumble in 550 carries. Gosh dang.
You don't fumble the ball much.
Sorry. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman, here with my co-host for this afternoon. First off, he is I'm running out of ways to describe this dude. He is he's the backbone pretty much of the website. The punching bag of the podcast, but he's one of the greatest people on earth. So we so we give him a lot of crap. He takes it. He also dishes out his own. It's our guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Barber.
How's it going?
What's up, Sean? Next to him, well, he's not here yet. He will be in about 10 minutes or so. He had to wash his car, grab some lunch, and do his laundry before he, right at 1 p.m. Our women's basketball and football beat writer, Sam Basin. Sam, welcome in. I didn't know we had Shy Ronnie on the podcast squad. Okay. Last but not least, he is the big little brother, Joe Wyman.
Acknowledge me.
Sean, I'll punch you in the...
Uneffing believable.
Oh, it's true.
It angers me. No. Don't forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however. Send us your questions on social media. Check out the graphic below to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast on social media and how to help support monetarily. Excuse me. Also, check out our new way to do that, YouTube subscriptions. That way you get exclusive content, exclusive access to us, and it takes it out automatically. So you don't have to worry about forgetting to support every month. You just set it on auto pay, and it helps us out a lot. We appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up while you're here on YouTube. Make sure you're on YouTube watching us if you can. It'll help us out a little bit more. Sponsor shout outs, Fitness Market, Four Pegs, Collision Course Crew, Cherry Picking, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, and Rally House. We appreciate those guys. Tough weekend for the Cardinals. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Right after we watch his touchdown being scored by, was that Najee?
Yeah, 15 to the 15.
All right. As you all know, we're Steelers fans, and Sean is adopted Steelers fan. Even if he's not, we're telling him he is, just for here. So we're watching the Steelers take. You know, it's so weird. Before we get into the Louisville-centric part of the show, it's so weird when your favorite team is facing one of your favorite people. It's like, how could you relate that in another way? Is that like going over to your stepmom's house and having her tell you to call her mom? Like, how could you even like relate? It's just odd, because obviously I don't want us to hurt Lamar. I want Lamar to succeed. But
in this game, he's dead to me.
Jesus. I don't know that I would go. What? Okay, for sure.
Just run the ball every play for Baltimore, and I won't have to worry about that.
Tony Bowman. What's good? What's up, CSZ fan? Beautiful day. Absolutely. It is a beautiful day. And OG Meach says, wait, so I didn't dream what happened? Man, I really wish you had.
So real quick, it said that we've scored in 18 consecutive quarters, longest streak in the NFL. Like 3 years ago, even last year, that wouldn't have been possible.
at all.
We didn't score for like a touchdown for like 18 straight quarters.
That's probably true. That is probably true. Well, you know what? Let's really quickly, since I spent all this time and money on these fancy graphics, let's go ahead. And I'm probably going to hit the wrong one. Nope, there it is. All right, let's start the show off. It's time to get into it. It's time to kick off the show.
Are we going to Jumanji?
No, I think we're going to the island of relevancy. Stop it. Russell Wilson with the throw out of bounds, and we're going for a field
goal. Here comes Boz.
All right, so let's go ahead and summarize the game because, I know one word to summarize it, but that's not a word. One sound.
Abysmal.
Listen, let's get into it. Q with a couple of big tackles on the opening drive, and MJ stop. MJ stop holds them to 4th and 1. They convert after I bragged about us eliminating stupid penalties. They go back to committing them. Now, this is on the first drive of this. This is early. As you all know, I live text myself the football game so that way I have notes to talk about and summarize. So this was in the first part of the first quarter. I'm already pissing and moaning about penalties. Give up another short conversion, this time on 3rd down. Cards with a stellar first defensive series. Q stuffs them at midfield. Bell with an 8-yard catch, and Shuck immediately throws the interception on the next play. Stanford with great field position. Hold them to 4th down, though. Force the field goal attempt. They hit it. 3-0 Cardinal. Offense sputters again. Punt. First play touchdown after some missed tackles. 10-0 Cardinal. Starting to get frustrated. Kuriski with the big checks, notes, kickoff return. Cards start off on the 40. That made no sense for them to do that, but they did. It is what it is. Next comment I have down, more penalties. Yay. 3rd straight series. The offense can't get going. Punt again. I will say that I do attest some of that for bye week rust, traveling to a different time zone rust. But that doesn't affect your play calling and things of that nature. So anyway, 3rd straight series offense can't get going. Punt again. Holloway with the huge tackle for loss on the first play, then Thornton interception. This is where we were starting to get excited. I was not worried at this. I really wasn't worried the entire game. It wasn't until he decided to. We'll get to it later. But I still was very upbeat. I felt like we controlled the game. We made some stupid mistakes that took away. I mean, if we get our interceptions and convert, that's a 28-point swing right there. And it's not even a close game.
Even the fumble that they didn't call, they didn't review anything,
Time to get started offensively. KB runs, Kewan Brown runs for 6, 4, then 3. 29-yard catch by Brooks leads to a Donald Chaney touchdown. Cards trail the Cardinal 10-7. I call them a bunch of different things. MJ Griffin interception turns into a hold. Penalties, yay, again, into the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, we're starting to turn things around. It feels like it is what it is. A couple plays later, Quincy Riley interception negated by, you got it, another penalty. Next, which Quincy gave his all to get the intercept and ran it back like 30-something yards. He's exhausted. He sits out the next play. Next play is a 28-yard completion due to him being out. More missed tackles. Stan, I guess that's short for Stanford. I just was not happy with him. Stan drives down to the 20. Daniels lays down the lick. Convert on 3rd down to the 6. A forced fumble that wasn't reviewed takes us to 3rd down, which the Cards hold on to force the field goal. 13-7 Cardinal. Not sure why we didn't throw the challenge flag. A kickoff out of bounds, which I called. Joey can attest to this. Starts the Cards off at the 35. Duke Watson takes it to midfield, then follows it up with 8 more yards. Chaney converts. Brooks big catch and Cards on the 20. A Hicks catch in the flat down to the 5. Duke Watson touchdown. Cardinals lead the Cardinal 14-13. Say that 3 times real fast. Tramel Logan, which is a name we hadn't heard in a while. Guy who dominated early with a big sack on 1st down. Big MJ Griffin tackle on 2nd. We forced them to punt. The Cards truck down the field. Bell big catch. Kewan Brown run. Chris Bell touchdown. 21-13 Cards. kick the ball off to them. A conga sack leaves 2 seconds on the clock, and we head to halftime. This is something I was telling Steve and Joey at the half. We play a lot better when we are run heavy than we do when we're pass heavy. The first couple series, it was pass, run. The last 2-3 series, it was run, pass. So let's run mostly. I think we play a whole lot better. We kind of went away from that in the second half a few times. First drive of the second half, it was important for us to score there because we got the ball first in the second half. Short run followed by a big catch by Brooks, followed by another big catch, 30 yards total. I think it was 2 15-yard catches. Kewan Brown runs for 8 yards. Option fumble almost. We get down to the 40 with 4th and 4. We go for it and didn't get it again. So we went for it on 4th time, which there's times where that's fine. I'm all for the 4th down. I was okay with that one in that situation. A couple more penalties helped the Cardinal get to midfield. They test Q and fail. Pass breakup for QR3. Forces 3rd down. Dawson sacked for a loss of 9. Cardinals ball. Brooks and Bell dink and duck down the field, followed by a targeting call. Gets the Cards to the 50. Shuck almost throws another interception trying to throw the ball out of bounds. 3rd and 9. Cards punt again. So we were set up. Not only did we have a decent first drive out of the half, but our second drive of the second half was going really, really smoothly until it didn't. First play of the game, Thor smash sack for a loss of 6. 6th sack of the game for Louisville. Takes them back to the 2-yard line. Next play, offsides again. Cards forced the punt, though. Blocked our 6th kick of the season. 3 punts, 3 field goals. Special teams coach has to be happy with the Cardinals this year. Cardinals start off with the ball at the 32. First play, Duke Watson, 68-yard touchdown. Cards are up at 28-13 in the third quarter. Duke Watson becomes the first freshman in school history with 3 touchdowns in one game. Great block by Gonzalez to spring Watson all the way. But a conga penalty kills all momentum, and Stanford has the ball at their 40. They get all the way down to the 23, a 9-yard gain on the following play. Ayo Minor, 15-yard touchdown for his first catch of the game. Cards shut him down in this game up until this point, I should have said. The Cardinal go for 2 and pass interference on us. Another penalty. They get a second try. Louisville up 28-21 after they do convert the 2-point conversion. On to the fourth quarter. Kuriski and company go down the field pretty easily. Cheney for 5, Bell for 15. Unbelievable 21-yard passes. He's being tackled. Shuck delivers to Bell, who sets up Duke for the 3rd time, 35-21. I guess I prematurely spoke about the 3. No, I went back in and made sure I put that in there. But his 3rd one, first in school history with 3 touchdowns in one game. First freshman with 3 touchdowns. Ayo Minor gets his second catch, this time for 55 yards. They're in the red zone pretty easily. Mosley has had an all-world game by this point. Goal line stand time. Come in, Sam. Tackle for loss on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd and go. Gelati forces the errant pass out of the end zone. 4th down. Going for it. Mosley touchdown number 2 on the end line. Cuts into the lead. 35-28 Cards. I think at this point we were all like, let's just get through this game. Let's get ready for Pitt. And I don't think anybody thought what happened was about to happen. Louisville ball. The offense sputters for the first time in the second half and goes 3 and out. Punt. Stanford starts off at their 24. Big catch by Mosley gets them near midfield. Defense has to make a stop. They don't. 18-yard rush gets them to the 30. Last chance drive for Stanford. Hold them to 4th down. 48 seconds left. And a sort of Hail Mary to Mosley for a touchdown. They tied up with 45 seconds left. Sick to my stomach. The Cards will have 40 seconds and 2 timeouts with the ball at the 20. Bell with a 23-yard gain, followed by an 8-yard catch, gets Louisville to midfield. Need about 15 yards in 25 seconds. Can they do it? No. Redmond first down, missed on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd and 10, 15 seconds left. Cards go for it. Not sure why. Do not convert. 5 seconds left. And that's when the meltdown occurred because we had a tackle on, I believe it was first down. It was an out of bounds tackle that puts them into field goal range, which does give them a 57-yard field goal attempt, which is not very likely to hit. Possible, but not probable. Downset hike, offsides, unbelievable. The 52-yard field goal kick is good. Unbelievable collapse. One of the top 5 point spread losses of all time in Louisville football history. And for me personally, the only other one I can remember, now I know it's out there, there's stats, but we went to South Florida one year, ranked in the top 10, number 9, I believe. And we were supposed to win by 30-something points, and they beat us like 45-14. It was something like that. I could be off on the scores. And they beat the piss out of us. Defense decided to take the second half off, expected to be rusty out of the bye week. That's why I didn't take the spread. Battle of the Cardinals is settled forever on the football field. Name change upcoming. We are now the Louisville Chokes. I could never have imagined. We got 2 interceptions called back by flags. One play doesn't decide a game. So for everybody out there blaming the offsides on the field goal, if all the other flags hadn't happened, that doesn't make any difference at all. We had a 91% chance to win this, according to ESPN. Before the game, there was a point in the second half where we were all the way up to 98%. We had a 14-point lead, 21-point favorites, no business losing. Penalties cost us this game. We may not even make the Hostess Bowl. I'm upset with the loss, but I'm not. And I do understand there's a certain amount of time after the game where everybody's allowed to go nuclear, right? Fire everybody, fire the kids, fire the coaches, fire their parents, all this stuff. I personally don't want Jeb Brom fired. I think that's insane. Just 4 years ago, we had 5-6 win seasons, or 4 or 5 win seasons back to back, and everybody was like, "Oh, we got to get rid of Satterfield. We got to." And then we had a decent season, and we still fired him. Okay, cool. We're going to have 2 straight seasons with at least, as long as things go the way they're supposed to, the rest of the season, we should end up with at least 8 wins following a 10-win season. I myself do not see, like, and also Coach Brom does have that stigma. He wins a game that he is not supposed to, and then follows it up with a loss he shouldn't have. The only questionable call, because again, this is football. Thought he caught it. This is football, so you're not going to win every game. Things aren't going to be perfect. I'd like to know why we didn't punt with 15 seconds left. But at the end of the day, the only place where I have a huge question at is at defensive coordinator. You all know. Now, Ron English, a person I'm a big fan of. Good dude. But I have not, either time he has been here, seen the hype. I don't know. Like, we have got to change that. For me, I was thinking after the game, what is the men's basketball version of this game? I'd have to say the Virginia basketball game when we were weren't we up by 4 with like 4 seconds left and somehow lost that game?
Yeah.
I was going to say Lenore Ryan.
Never heard of them. We are now 0-2 versus the Pac-12 rejects this year. The FPI still showing some love to us. We were ranked 17th in that, because there, as much as people want to say, fans want to act like they know everything and we should fall to the depths of despair after this loss. We had 3 really good. I hate the 3 really good losses. We had 3 really good losses and 1 really good win. The computers take all that into. I'm gonna trust the computer over a person any day, because the computer at least has all the facts and the stats. Let's go first to the person that showed up last. Yes, I am going to roast him, but women's basketball beat writer, they lost. Football beat writer, they lost.
Hey, we might want to rethink about Sam's assignments.
I know it's kind of questionable yesterday, but anyway, Sam Basin, Sam, give us your thoughts on the game yesterday. Is this a big deal? Some are making it. What do we need to do to get things back on track? Because it did look like we had all these issues that happened yesterday were happening earlier in the season. We had appeared to eliminate the sloppiness. I don't know if it was because it was a bye week or what, but is this as big deal as people are making it? What do we need to do to turn this? Let's go to the first question first so we can ask everybody. Is this as big of a deal as some people are making it online?
Yes, it is. This almost null and voids the win over Clemson to me, because this is one of those games you should not have lost. Yes, I know coming off the bye weeks. Yes, we know, like Sean said, about Coach Brom's stats. When coming off a huge win and when coming off a bye week, but still, in terms of the talent part of it, coaching standpoint of it, this is one of those games you should not have lost. And in terms of our goals for the rest of the season, this was a game you should not and could not have lost, and we still lost. So yes, it's not only how we lost it. I mean, it's not only the fact that we lost it, but it's how we lost it, because I felt like this is probably the sloppiest and the most undisciplined I've ever seen this team play, and that was yesterday. So
okay, so then you agree with the people out there that again, making it as big of a deal as it needs to be. They think Brom needs to be fired this season.
No.
The season is over. Brom needs to be fired. We should have kept Satterfield, all that stuff.
What did you never heard any of that come out of my mouth?
No. That's why I said, is this as big of a deal as the people online are making?
I don't know what the people online are saying, but this is
That's what they're saying.
No, it's not fire your coach big deal. This is a big deal because of what your goals were in the beginning of the season, how you had to adjust your goals during the season, and what was still in front of you. This is why I say it was a big deal. I didn't say.
No, I didn't say you did. The question was, is this as big of a deal as everybody online is treating it? And I do not think this is the end of the world like a lot of them are. Dang it. Sorry, watching football and doing a podcast, I do not recommend it. It's just, it's football, right? Things are going to happen. We're not the only 20-point favorites that have ever lost. Alabama lost as a 20-point favorite to Vanderbilt this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stuff like that happens. So I'm gonna go, surprise, I'm gonna go on the opposite side of Sam. I think that this is an issue. I do not think this is a big deal if you correct it. I think you can look, and I absolutely disagree 40 million times that this negates the Clemson win, because we got our first win over Clemson in school history. Do I have to write a games of interest post this week? No. Do I need to get the polls out? We fell out of the coaches poll. No, I don't need to get a poll post out. Could we get back in the polls by the end of the year? Yeah. Is our college football playoff dreams over now? Yes. But I myself do not think that this is as big of a deal as people online. And I respect it. I respect everybody's opinions. I'm not telling anybody their opinions are wrong. Really quick, Chad Brocky says Stanford's last touchdown was not a Hail Mary. Everybody knows we blitz everyone on fourth down. McDonald should have been covering, but took the fake. Boston College got 2 TD. The actual play was called Hail Mary, they said. That's why I said that. So before you Chris in Wisconsin says, no, it wasn't. I was talking about all of our fourth and X plays he seems to do that don't work. It does. Okay. We're 0-1. Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry. We're look, we're not getting the love in the chat today. We're getting arguments, but we're not 0-2 versus the Pac-12 rejects this year. SMU came from a different conference.
Yeah.
So what I should have said is we're 0-2 against the conference editions. I think the only people are saying fire yesterday is no. I've seen fire Brom, fire Eagles, fire Brady Brom.
I've seen fire the whole staff.
Yeah. So
really,
yeah.
Oh yeah. KDW says if this was any other coach, fans would want him gone. I'm happy that some are holding him accountable as the local media won't.
I think you can do both. You can hold him accountable and be absolutely disgusted with certain things, right? but that's the human aspect of it, right? People make mistakes. You know, sometimes coaches go by gut feelings. Maybe he had a gut feeling there, and maybe it was just a fart, you know?
Could have been.
You know?
Okay.
Never trust a fart, coach. Never trust a fart. Rule number 1.
I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, so never mind.
Missed the field goal, so we are still up 3-0. But no, back to the point. I don't think it's as big of a deal. And to your point, KP, I do believe that you can be both critical and still support the coach. Like, would y'all rather Satterfield been here the last 2 years? There was nobody better than Brom. I know, Sam.
There still isn't.
Yeah.
That would want to come to Louisville. Brom still is the best. You got to give this. This is his. He's not even 2 seasons in.
I agree.
The only people that would be better than Brom right now would be Nick Saban and Urban Meyer, and we don't want 60 and 70-year-old coaches. Like, give Brom time to build, you know. And
well, the thing is, we're living in this era, and this is what I call it all the time to Steve. This is the PlayStation era.
right.
Every game you play against on the PlayStation, 70-0, 90-0, 40-0. So like our group chat, I love everybody in our group chat, but nobody ever starts talking in that group chat till something wrong happens. We could be up 14-0, and nobody says anything. They could throw we could be up 14-0. The opponent throw a 38-yard pass, and it's like, well, this defense sucks. Just nothing.
Any sport too. Like, it could be like basketball recruiting. A guy that we were maybe 15th on their list, we didn't get him. We can't get anybody. We might as well just pack it up. Like, good grief. It's depressing most of the time, to be honest with you.
Well, you know this, Sean. You know this. I don't know if Sam does. Joey knows this. I mute the group chat during the games.
I don't even look at it
because I don't want to get aggravated and say something I'm going to regret. So I keep it muted. There's some times where I'll check and catch up real quick and then go back out, and it's still muted, but I have to because things are just so negative these days. Like, at the end of the day, it is just a game. It's not that serious, even though there are people out there that want you to think that it's the end of the world. We all 4 woke up this morning. We're here doing the show. 3 of us get action.
3 of us were here on time.
3 of us were here on time. And 3 of us cheer for a really good NFL football team. Me, Joey, and Sean. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody knows that's a joke.
No, it's not. I mean, Steelers and Chiefs are good. Bears aren't.
No, they're terrible.
So maybe that's, you know what? Start there. You know, we're talking about coaching staff making adjustments
Maybe
to score. Maybe you need to.
I think Sean needs to make some adjustments to score.
Yeah, you need to make some adjustments in life. Life choices, Sean.
Sean, do you think this is as big of a deal as people are making it out to be online?
No, it's not fire everybody. No, do I think some staff changes need to be made? Yes.
For sure.
Yes. I'm sorry, but the defense has been the same, really, except against Clemson. Let's be honest. Clemson kind of helped with that. If we were to look back at that game, they helped at that by not running a hurry-up offense.
Can we say that there have been improvements on defense, but as a whole, because I think the defensive line, the pressure and things like that has gotten better as the season's gone along.
But your middle field
coverage, leaving wide open guys and missing tackles in the secondary has not gotten
it's not gotten any better.
There's no consistency.
Right. There's there's times where it's like, oh, here we go. Oh, nope, there we are.
Yep,
we're back.
Sorry,
go ahead. I just want
to. Other than that, it just is what I've liked to see in a better call game. Yeah, that's something that Coach Brom's gonna have to work on. Is sometimes I feel like he tries to outsmart their team. Like he's like, oh, they know we're gonna run. We should be able to pass the ball here because they're gearing up for the run. When no, really, just run the ball. We'll be fine.
We got 18 running backs that can get a 100-yard game.
Absolutely.
So, I think sometimes he overthinks it. If he just plays it simple, just to simplify it, I think we'll be just fine.
Just kiss it. Just keep it simple.
Just keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
I won't say the last letter.
Which slap.
Sir.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, sir.
Listen, before we get to halftime, and we know Sean's segment and stuff like that. Sean, you just mentioned, what was the last statement you just made?
What was the last
Go-
statement? Keep it simple.
No, before that, you were talking about how this isn't the end of the season.
Oh no, it's
So with that being said, perfect transition to the next question. Gosh dang it, Sean. All right, and we got stuffed on fourth down in the protein. This is not a good football weekend for the guys at the table, except Sam.
Well, he doesn't know yet.
Well, just saying.
I think it might be.
Who do they play? The Bills?
Yeah.
Where is that at? At Buffalo?
Yeah.
Did Miami Hurricanes win?
They had an off week, so yeah.
Yeah, they won the bye week.
Go.
Sam hates our coaches.
That's what I've heard. I don't know. We can't put it up on the big screen. Just no.
I see it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can visit like in my head, see it going across the.
I just want a defensive coordinator change. That's all I want.
Again, I think that's the worst part for me is when you get online and you see people are like fire Jeff, fire Greg, fire Brady, fire Brian. It was like all of them down the line. And it's like somebody even said fire everybody except for the special teams coach. And I'm like,
hey, they've been solid all year long.
Special teams.
Now, let me ask you this. Jeff calls the plays, right?
Yeah.
With input from Brian.
Okay.
Our offense has been rolling all year.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about that. I wasn't sure if it was a Brian called game or a Jeff called game or how that was.
Yeah, he makes the play calls. Like Brian is up in the
booth,
so
right?
He'll give him information. He'll be like, okay,
Yeah, I got you.
But his play calling, sometimes I just think he tries to overthink it. He's like, I can get him here.
So, devil's advocate,
Mhm.
if that's the case, and again, this is not throwing shade on anybody, but maybe some of those questionable calls was questionable input from Brian. I mean, we don't know that.
Yeah.
That's things that we don't know.
You went a different way than I was going.
And it could, well, I go a lot of different ways than you go. I turn into here minutes earlier.
Actually, let's get the elephant out of the room. What was so important that you had to go to Walmart 5 minutes before the show?
No.
Like you could have went to Walmart after the show. What was so important that made you late today?
No, so I was at Walmart about 20 minutes before the show. I was there. And in line, there was this lady that I saw, and no. Sometimes you just get a feeling. So
well, deep in my loins.
No, it was like it was one of those situations where like something felt off, like it felt different for me. So I was like, wait a second.
Oh, she had an Adam's apple.
Did she? But no, because I went into Subway, and she was supposed to be in front of she was in front of me initially, and then she had stepped out of line, and she kind of looked homeless or something like that. So I was kind of like
Sean.
So
he's cleaned up a little bit.
When it was my turn, I said, no, she was in front of me. So I was expecting her to go ahead and order something, but she kind of started crying and looked kind of different and then walked away. So when I ordered, I still felt funny about it. So when I ordered my food, went out, I asked her, hey, like, are you okay? Did you want to get something from Subway? She's like, no, it's fine. I was like, are you sure? Like, you didn't want anything out of there? She's like, well, I am kind of hungry and I was going to get something, but my card didn't have any money. So I said, all right, that's fine. Like, come on back in. I'll get you whatever you needed from Subway. And she was like, I said, yeah, let's go back. And that's what it was. That's when you called me, we were walking back into Walmart at the Subway.
That sounds very, very suspect and planned out.
No, that's fine. I mean, it is what it
because
is.
This is what I got on.
I got to remember that one.
Crap.
I'm kidding. No,
because when I called him, he's like, hey, I'm going to run to Walmart real quick.
Yeah, it's Subway in Walmart.
Well, then how did you already talk to her if you were on your way to Walmart?
No. I was in Walmart first.
Oh, okay. So you just used a poor choice of words when you told me you were on your way to Walmart because you were already at Walmart.
Well, yeah, I actually said I was on my way back into Walmart.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So that's what it was, and it took a little bit longer because there were now people in line when we went
okay,
back.
That's a great reason. Like any other reason would have been great. So, what time's your date with her?
I don't know. No, it's not.
I didn't know. D-Wall Beat says terrible loss. No other way to put it.
He
And
said, would you like something to eat? Yeah.
I got something. You wait a minute.
Can I get a foot long?
Oh my god.
I got something. You
Sam's like, nope, only got a 6. Only got a 6 inch.
At that point, Sam was like, I don't know her. I'm not paying for her meal. Again, D-Wall Beat says terrible loss. No other way to put it. And I want to go back to KD's comment. If this is any other coach, fans would want him gone. I don't, and it's okay. I don't agree with that because if it was Sat, yeah, fans would want him gone. But Coach Brom is a different caliber coach than those guys. So although I can't prove it, I don't agree with you on that, and that's fine. And as far as local media not holding them accountable, like, yeah, I'm holding them accountable. I'm saying that the decisions, there were multiple decisions yesterday that made no sense.
And to like Joey was saying, what I thought he was gonna say was, Coach Brom, the questionable calls might be him overcompensating, trying to protect his defense, trying to put points on the board, or trying to keep the offense on the field so his defense isn't on the field. That's where I thought Joey was going with it when he was talking about the questionable offensive calls.
Yeah, no, and again, we just don't know who makes what call. You know, again, it could be Brian up top saying, hey, I really got a feeling we go for this, we'll get it, we'll ice the game, game's over, we'll go home with this win. And Jeff goes, okay, let's see what we got, and it doesn't happen. Or it could have just been, like I said, he had a feeling, it didn't work out, and we just move on from it. You know, I mean, that's all you can do.
That's the two.
Again,
woo!
The best kicker in the history of the NFL has missed 2 field goals
from right around the same range.
Yeah, but at this point, like, there's no reason to dwell on it. We've got another big game coming up against Pittsburgh that we need to win. Then another big game after that, and then there'll be a bowl game, and then we'll have a new roster again next year.
And Jeff made a good point yesterday. Like, the bowl games have been regulated to they don't really mean anything. If you're not in the college football playoff, you're going to have guys that sit out. We saw that last year. Versus US. We've seen that several years.
Well, Florida State had a lot of people sit out, you know, against Georgia.
Back to the Mossy Oak chat line. Chad Brocky said, my bad, Jeremy, not meaning to argue. It's all love, man. I know. I think I'm still just mad about things from yesterday. You know, it's always love. The personal foul made me mad the most. That was so stupid.
Angered me.
Chris in Wisconsin says, yep, not trying to argue. My biggest issue is knowing when we should go for it on 4th and when not to. 1,000,000,000% we should have punted that ball.
Mm-hmm.
We've went for it on 4th down probably twice as much as we should have this year.
Well, and that was my next point.
See,
I love a coach that'll go for it on 4th down. I've longed for that for a long time, but this has been too much. We go for it on 4th down probably at least 2 or 3 times a game. Unnecessary. KD says this loss didn't shock him because this is Brom's pattern. Chris in Wisconsin again. I think both of the Broms are too aggressive, and that's directly related to them being quarterbacks, selectively remembering how many times they were successful in the past. Here's my thing. I've seen a lot of complaining about the offense. I thought the offense has been phenomenal this year. We're going to punt a couple times a game. We're not scoring on every drive. Again, going back to the PlayStation mentality. I've thought I had a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I was very trepidatious, that's the word, about Satterfield's offense and other offenses we've had in the past. I've not been concerned with Brom's offense. We've scored 5 touchdowns, 2 field goals very regularly, not every game, but I've not been really worried about Brom's offense. I'm very confused about the offense criticism.
I think some of it might be just some of the play calls in certain parts of the game, right? Like the 4th down calls, or you're on your 3rd and short, and you just run up the middle rather than getting creative there, right? Stuff like that. I think that's where some people's criticism comes from. It's not unwarranted necessarily, but the offense as a whole, though, 35 points to win that game. We up 35-21. and then the very next play, we kick it off, they get it, and they throw and get a 50-yard bomb on the 20, one play.
So
That can't happen.
We're the 20th ranked offense in Division One. We have a better total offense than Oregon,
That says
and
a
they've
lot.
played one more game. So
Mhm.
Texas is just 2 spots ahead of us. SMU's actually 4 spots below us. And as electric as they've looked, it's not the offense. Like the points that we've put up on the board this year, we're averaging 400, almost 450 yards a game on offense. It's not the offense.
We outgained them yesterday.
The 4th down play called with 15 seconds left, something like that. I didn't have an issue with it. I had an issue with the execution because I think you should have told your quarterback, look, hey, if there's nothing there, you chuck that ball with around 2 seconds left to go.
Well, what Jeremy said is instead of throwing not necessarily a BB, throw it as high in the air as you can. Because even if they intercept it, in the end zone, you're
Very few
starting
seconds left.
right.
Yeah. So it was 5 seconds was too much time because of where you were at. So yeah, I didn't have a problem with the play call.
I did.
I still think you kick it inside. Try to
make
kick
sure
it
they don't have an
10.
opportunity to win that game.
They would have to go 60 yards in like 6 seconds to even get in field goal range, which is literally impossible.
I mean, hindsight is 22.
Right.
Unless you got
Because-
cheat codes on
right.
on Madden, you kick the 90-yard field goal.
I mean, Brooks. I mean, if it was a better thrown ball, it would have been a touchdown. He had about 1.5 foot of separation, but like I said, it was just the execution of it. It should have been, hey, if nothing's there, you run around and you kill the clock. I mean, that's what I would have thought he would have probably been saying to him. But
So we want to welcome into the show on Facebook our former teammate of mine, only female Sean. I don't know why I said those 2 words together. Teammate in University of Louisville football history, Catherine Clope. Appreciate you. Glenn Bertram joining us in. Appreciate you. Grace Vandervaart. Thanks for tuning in. Even if you just accidentally clicked on us and clicked back out, we appreciate you. And our guy Higgy, again, not on the show, but watching the show. So that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense.
Well, at least he's giving a view.
Yeah, appreciate that. And he's still not watching on YouTube like I've asked him to. So that's about par for the course. KD says from the chat line, people keep bringing up Sat. He did recruit better. A record, not that much difference. Brom lucked into a championship game. Okay, so I'm going to address that directly. That may be the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. One of the craziest things I've heard in my entire life. We played really well last year. We didn't luck into a championship game. We earned the championship game last year. Sat didn't recruit better. Maybe he recruited high school better, but
high school.
He didn't. Number 1 transfer portal 2 years in a row. Those are the best of the available players out there. So I don't agree with that either. But again, KD, you are entitled to your opinion, and I appreciate you joining the show every week. Chris in Wisconsin says, we just got to beat UK. Never heard of them. Most of the SEC teams scheduled their FCS opponent this week. I think we scheduled our FCS opponent for the last week of the season. Oh, yeah, I'm starting with the rivalry talk already, baby. Go Cards. Beat the shit out of them. Broly says from YouTube, how much did a good or decent 6'4" or above center cost on NIL? Walls needs at least one.
6'4",
Okay. He also says, I think Brom will be okay when he gets his team in here. I don't disagree with that. Y'all know I was big on that with Sat, and then Sat got his team in here. But he had done too. The issue with Sat, because I would have been all for another year of Sat. Not knowing we were getting Brom, I would have been okay with another year of Sat because he did have a couple of rough years, but he shot himself in the foot so many times. But after his first year, he went and interviewed, was it with South Carolina?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and all the off the
4 wins
field
or
stuff.
whatever,
All the 4 wins and went and interviewed for another job. He did not help himself out at all there, but it is what it is. James Gartland says revamp the secondary and work on fundamentals on the defense, plus quit being so relaxed when you have a huge lead. I agree with that.
Next year, I think we should try to rush for 500 yards a game.
I don't hate it.
No, I mean, and we've got the guys, Kewan Brown, Isaac Brown, and Duke Watson are all going to be back.
Hopefully, and somebody don't come in and
Well,
bounce.
true, but I don't. They're eating. You know what the lingo, they're eating here. They're getting fed. They're getting 100-yard games, 3 touchdown games. Why would you, what are you going to go? Where are you going to go that you're going to get that?
Isaac Brown's from I could fully see him being a Miami Hurricane next year.
Well,
he's
if
from Miami.
Sam
They've got a
has-
lot of money. So he won't leave Sam's team, but he'll leave ours.
It's cheerful.
Chris in Wisconsin says what you all are saying is exactly right. The offense is great. It's just those key high risk moments we need to dial back on occasion. Agree. And our guy Chad says, on a positive note, how good did Duke Watson look? Our running back room, they all, to Joey's point just then.
Well, Mo Turner hasn't played 4 games this year, right? So technically he could redshirt and come back.
And that's what I was going to. By the way, it was announced right before the show. The Pittsburgh game is at 4 p.m. What had been regulated to 3:30 or 4, which I don't know why you just put the game on.
Different network, I guess.
But 4 p.m. I'm not really sure what channel it's on. I didn't look that far. But it's again, I do think that you can melt down for a couple of hours after the game, but we still have a chance to end the regular season 8-4, right?
Yep.
That's a record you all
9-4 if you win a bowl game.
killed. Yeah, 9-win.
A 9-win season.
You could. Now,
Yeah.
do you? I don't think so at this point. Again, what did I say at the beginning of the season? First 4 games, you got to prove it to me that you can win and be good before I'm willing to say, okay, cool. There's been enough inconsistency over the last couple of weeks that now I'm not blindly all in saying, okay, we're going to win the last. Should we win the last 2 games? Yes, we should. We should win both of those games. Especially if Pittsburgh's quarterback is still out.
Well, and you got to think Ashton's going through senior day, Quincy's going through senior day. There's others that are, but I'm saying those are the Tyler, Shuck.
He's going through his
4th senior day.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Brooks is going to be going through. Like, there's going to be a lot of big time players that aren't going to want to go out at home on a lose. We can save that for Friday night, but I don't see there being a lack of motivation and enthusiasm for that game.
Amon Richards in the chat. Thought y'all were supposed to be a 10-win team. I did too, Amon.
Is that Florida State guy or Miami?
Miami.
Miami. Oh, I know he's from city of Florida.
Yeah, that's the Florida State guy.
The state of Florida.
It's our Miami buddy. Whatever. I knew you was going to say something today. You just wait.
They'll lose to Smooth.
Yeah. Look, you just wait.
They're going to get smooed.
Is that who they got next? Is SMU?
Well, no, it's probably who they'll play in the
okay.
ACC championship.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to be a 10-win team, and it didn't happen, Amon. So you can go frost yourself.
Real frosty.
Chad Brocky says, I don't know if Isaac Brown will go to Miami just because they basically told him he wasn't going to be good enough to play for them this year. No, I agree, but when that NIL bag is handed over to him, I could see him going to Holy Cross to play college football as long as the money's enough. So unfortunately, I think that's the era that we're in right now. And Chris from Wisconsin, I think we will win both of them. I think we will lose the bowl game unless Tyler plays. Tyler's already played for 27 years. You think he's going to sit out the bowl game?
I don't see him sitting out the bowl game because he's going to be on the kind of like the what I would say cut line pro. Because there are pro prospects for him.
He's older than Lamar Jackson,
but yeah, actually, I think so. He was who was it that he was Dylan Gabriel's backup at Oregon, and he's or not. That's who it is now. Anyway. He's gonna want to like play in the bowl game to kind of showcase a little bit more with more eyes on it to possibly increase his maybe not even draft stock, but just free agent, stock to get on a team.
Okay, Shuck is 25, Lamar's 27. So, but it just seems like it, right?
Somebody's older than Justin Fields.
Lamar's 27.
Yeah, he's still got a long way to go, bro. He's still got a long way.
I saw
to
somebody
go.
yesterday. I think it was Presley over at State of Louisville that was talking about how the players that were in the NFL that were younger than Tyler Shuck, and it was mind blowing. So
half the starters on NFL teams are probably his age or younger.
No, I agree with you, Mom. We should have won. He's saying, no, I wasn't joking. I was just saying you guys should have won 10. We absolutely listen.
We know it.
We've lost 4 games by by 7 points or less this season. 3 of them to teams that are in the top 10 of the CFP.
4 losses by a total of 24 points.
Yeah, so
we average less than a touchdown.
I'm shocked you guys didn't. Yeah, we are too, man. We're I predicted 10 wins for this year. I thought we would lose to, but here's the thing. I think I said at the beginning of the year we would lose to Clemson and Boston College, and we ended up winning those 2 and dropped 2 other ones. Fabian says, piss poor loss, no excuse. I still love my Cards.
Abysmal.
Going for it on 4th and 10, mind blown. Oh, it blows all of our mind except Sean's. He doesn't know what that means. Chad, I hope you're right about Shuck playing in the bowl game. I do think he gets some run in the NFL, AFL, NFL, whatever. We'll see. Let's go to our commercials really, really quickly, and we will be right back in about 2 minutes with your all's favorite segment on Sean. We'll see y'all here in about 2 minutes on the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. There's the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's time. Located behind the El Nepal at 2745 Crittenden Drive. They're set up there all football season for the home game. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, Kevin, Doc, and the crew. Rest in peace, Corrito, for a great time. Hit up the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. For Peg's Beer Lounge, where every week is either Wings Day or the Ribs Day. On Wings Day, $20 all-you-can-eat jumbo smoked wings and $1.25 per wing all day long. On the Ribs Day, come get the best ribs in the Ville for just $25 all you can eat or $2 a bone all day long. Fitness Market. Contact our fine friends at Fitness Market to find out how they can furnish your dream at-home gym. From treadmills to saunas to weights, they have you covered. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness and Rick Cooper for helping us look sharp on the sidelines this summer. Great monthly deals for memberships as well. Check your local listings for a location near you. Cherry Pickin', a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar inspiring you to take what's good. Conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSC sent you for 15% off your total order. Shoot 360, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Call 515-6556 and sign up today. Great value all around. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout. Come to Shoot 360, the world's most advanced basketball training facility. Rally House. Check out our friends at the Jefferson Mall. Lisa, D, Rico, Amanda, and the crew. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. They'll make sure you get taken care of really well. Rally House. Our house. Your house. Rally House. Local stuff. Last but not least, our fine friends at Mossy Oak and Hart Properties. If you are in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of their team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you out with all your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Now back to you guys in the studio. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on the Sunday here on the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman. We're here in the Rally House Studios. I'm here with Sean, Sam, Joey. Higgy's watching. He's not participating, though. I wish Higgy would join in for a few. That'd be pretty awesome. Make sure, if you're a supporter of the show, and you can, we have YouTube subscriptions now, which means you'll get 24-hour access to the team. Whenever you have questions, we will answer them. You get priority. Sorry, I'm watching the phone. You get priority when it comes to the chats and stuff. And it helps us be able to do better stuff with the show, do more stuff with the show. We appreciate it. Before we get into the rest of the show, though, we want to go to the hottest segment that is, took a lick there. Sweeping the Nation. It features our guy, Sean. Sean, take it away.
No.
All right, I'm telling you, that is gold. People are requesting more of that. I don't know how many more times we can do it, but whatever. Let's get into segment 3 with basketball. Yesterday wasn't only a letdown on the football field, but and I want to argue that it wasn't a letdown on the basketball court because it was against the top 25 team. We're still without our best player. But really quick before we get into that, Sam, I texted you yesterday about, and you never texted me back about Mo Turner. Do we know if he's going to play this year, or are they holding him out to where he can just play the bowl game in the last game of the season, or do they just think there's no need for him to not redshirt?
That's a loaded question. He's suited up. I think he suited up yesterday, but he's cleared for practice and football contacts now. So I think he's only played 2 games this season, maybe 3. I'd have to double check, but nah, the plan is not to redshirt him.
Okay. And do you have an update on Jada Curry? When is she going to be back?
Hamstrings are tricky. They were hoping to have her back yesterday, but I don't know if she suffered another setback or she's just not comfortable 100% yet. So that's as much as I got on that one.
All right, so they get to bounce back Thursday. They got Morehead State on the ACC Extra, Digital Extra, whatever it is. You go to the ESPN app and select ACC Network Extra. That's what it is. Let everybody who didn't watch or didn't get to hear a lot about it, what happened yesterday, obviously the final result and stuff of that nature.
So Louisville fell to the Blue Squad up in Lexington, 71-61. Louisville didn't score at all in overtime. I think they scored 3. Sorry, I think they scored 3 points in overtime. It baffles me to see how we played, but then I remember we're playing a lot of young players, especially freshmen. With that being said, we were led in scoring by 2 freshmen. So I mean, they played a lot of minutes. Olivia Cochran played a lot of minutes, but she really struggled that game. And I want to say it had something to do with her not being able to get into a rhythm. Maybe it had a lot to do with the size that UK has in the post. But give Kenny Brooks credit. He's always been a great coach. It's always fun to watch him when he was at Virginia Tech. Now it's not so much fun because he coached for UK. But it's going to be a real steep learning curve for this group of young ladies. We play a lot of freshmen. We're still without our best shooter, I think, and without our floor general for the moment. Even though I think she's probably going to play more off the ball when she comes back. But we got to find a way to get Olivia Cochran more involved in our offense and try to get her going so everyone else could feed off of her. Because I feel like a lot of it right now, so young in the season, we're more perimeter oriented than I think the coaches would like. But we do have shooters, but you got to go inside.
They weren't
out.
dropping yesterday.
Yeah. So if we could find a way to get inside out or take the shots off offensive rebounds or open shots in transition, then maybe you see more of those shots drop. But for right now, I just think that we need to go ahead and try to feed Olivia more, trying to find a way to get her more involved in this offense.
The Smurf Turds did outscore Louisville 13-3 in the overtime period. Maurice Turner has played in 2 games this year. So had 16 snaps total in those 2 games. So he does still have another 2 games to play if they choose. Again, Maurice Turner, incredible person.
It, right?
I don't think the bowl game counts against your eligibility. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. I'm sure the chat probably has
4 games and still redshirt, right?
Yes.
So if the bowl game doesn't count, then he can play the rest of the season and still redshirt if he's only played in 2 games.
James Gartland says Sean's dating life is like the Cards defense, can't hold up under pressure.
I was going to say, if you're saying inconsistent, no, it's just non-existent.
I like that. Man, I don't like that for Sean, but I like that comparison there.
That's high quality H2O. Sean's the water boy.
Never mind. Sirius XM, get back with us, please. We have a great show that we could do if it wasn't for all the restraints.
Mother trucker.
These mother suckers here. Thursday versus Morehead State on ACC Network Extra. Check it out. Men's basketball, they have Bellarmine Tuesday at 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus. According to ESPN, the Cardinals are 90. Let me go back to that. I thought I had that in my 99. No, take on it. 97.8 is the percentage that they're favored over Bellarmine. Bellarmine 0-4 this year.
Oh, 97.8 win probability.
Win probability.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Sean, what do we hope to see Tuesday? Again, very small sample size. Again, other people, those same people that were wanting Brown fired yesterday and wanted Kelsey fired after the Tennessee game. And you got to there's a certain amount of people that are just going to be how they are. And you can't, that's why I don't tell people how to fan. I also, the only people I have problems with are the people that I don't try to change their minds, but they want to try to change mine. You're not going to change my mind. I'm very intellectual. I actually played the game, not on the PlayStation. So I know the ins and outs a little bit better than most. So not going to change my mind. 97.8, though, a win percentage chance against Bellarmine, and that is at 7 o'clock. The Morehead State game on Thursday is also at 7 o'clock. Did I already ask you this, Sean? What do we hope to see? I think I did ask you, and then I cut you off like I did just then. I love our basketball team. It's all right. Go ahead, Sean. What do we hope to see?
What time's the game on Thursday?
7 p.m.
Okay,
7 p.m.
And the game Tuesday?
7 p.m. Saturday game at 4 p.m. I don't know that we've ever played a 4 p.m. football game.
Interesting time.
All right, go ahead, Sean. I'm going to ask Kelly Dickey while you're talking.
Well,
So I guess it's my turn now.
of course, late as usual.
Dang.
You said you ain't have no nipples.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
What I hope to see.
That was a beautiful kickoff, by the way.
It really was.
Yeah.
What I hope to see is
I know what I hope you see some
a woman.
I want to see him take it to the basket more.
You want to see him put it in the hole?
Yeah, a lot, numerous times.
Very fast. Dunk it.
Fast, slow doesn't
Also-
matter.
dunk
Just get in
it.
the rhythm. Get in the
Dunk
rhythm.
it.
Get it.
Dunk it hard.
Sam, what about you?
Okay, I'll go. He's laughing. I want to see them really just keep on defense, keep attacking the ball, keep the pressure. I think against a team like Bellarmine, they're going to be well coached, regardless of the of what their talent, quote unquote, talent level is. We know they're going to be extremely well coached, so they're going to be doing things the right way. But if we can put some pressure on them, full court, half court, and just really use that as like, to a point practice, right? Like to just keep, honing the skills that they got. And I want to see them make the right shots, take the right shots, not falling in love with the 3-point shot, trying to get the ball inside the paint and get some shots inside the paint, which we didn't against Tennessee.
I mean, I didn't ask you for your opinion. I
He
asked
was
Sam's.
laughing.
No, I'm just kidding.
He was laughing, and
I was trying to. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dead air.
Yeah, right.
All right, Slam, go ahead.
Nah, so what I want to see is I want to see Coach Kelsey and his adjustments and his progression, because I mean Rick Barnes and Tennessee, they like to mucky it up. They like to play physical defense. So it was how your offense were operated against their defense. Now I want to see how your defense can be effective during against Bellarmine's motion offense. So it's just a contrast in different styles that I want to see, because I know we have talent, we have players. The one deficiency that I think Louisville has that won't change this year is I don't think we have enough. Good God, beef down low.
Hey, speak for yourself, buddy.
Listen, he stopped himself as it came to his head, and he was like, "Crap, they're gonna give it."
Yeah.
So
Like, speak for yourself, brother.
Like our big man, I think kind of thin. So we're not gonna fix
Slim
that.
thick.
We're not gonna fix that overnight. So I want to see how Coach Kelsey, how he adjusts and his progression during the season, because now you had to go against Coach Barnes and his defense. Now I want to see how you defend Coach Davenport and his offense.
There you go. I just want us to come out and look better than we did against Tennessee. It really did feel like even though it was a better team that we lost against, it really felt like morale-wise, it was the same kind of letdown after that game as the one we had on the football field yesterday. Because you went into the Tennessee game thinking that you were at least within 8 points of them, and then to get trounced. So I'm glad we had the long layoff. Maybe that gave them some time to get out of their feelings and improve and get a little better. Those are my hopes for the basketball team going forward. Sitting here looking at, are we going to block this punt? Can we get another block punt? A block punt? No block punt. Let's head to rapid fire. University of Louisville men's cross country freshman Jeffrey Kerwa has qualified for the 2024 NCAA championships as announced by the NCAA on Saturday. Kerwa placed 7th at the Southeast Regional Cross Country Championships in Rock Hill, South Carolina on Friday morning to secure one of the regional's 4 automatic qualifier bids to the national championship meet. Outside hitter Anna DeBeer recorded her 1,000th dig to become the 4th Cardinal in program history with both 1,000 digs and kills, and number 3 Louisville sweep of Duke Friday night at the L&N Federal Credit Union Arena. You got it right this time. The Cards won 25-13, 25-16, 25-10 for their 11th sweep overall and 5th straight conference sweep. Outside hitter, okay, he repeated himself. Wow, you make it so easy. U of L baseball alumni Henry Davis and Tyler Fitzgerald will be the featured guests at the 2025 leadoff dinner presented by Republic Bank. The annual event is scheduled for 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, January the 24th, 2025 at the Louisville Marriott downtown. I want to look really quick and see, because don't the volleyball team plays today, correct?
Yes, they do. And let me see here.
No, you're too late.
Well, up 2 sets to none.
Up to 2 sets to none?
And they're up 9-7 the third set.
It is senior day, right?
It is senior day.
Who are they playing?
North Carolina. So, how did you get there so quick? I just mentioned that I was looking it up.
He was already looking it up.
Oh, okay.
He started like 10 minutes ago because it's usually how long it takes him to get there.
He did it.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
We sound faster than he is.
Whoa. Whoa, how do you know how fast he is, buddy? We really need that Sirius XM show.
We really do. Make sure you're out there supporting our great photographers. I mean, I would say pound for pound, the best photography staff in the city. You got Jeff Nunn, who shoots all the football games. Phenomenal. Second to none. No pun intended. TJ Barr, he shoots men's basketball, women's basketball. Absolutely.
Bar none.
Just bar none, the 2 best in the business. Then you got Justin Kruger, who shoots baseball. So we got one for each sport. And then we were blessed enough to be able to get one of the top photographers around to join the staff to help shoot at all the sports. So basically like a substitute photographer. Whenever we had somebody out, they could come in. And he actually shot for Louisville men's basketball last year and wasn't able to use a lot of his stuff that he shot because we were so horrible, but he is phenomenal. It's my guy, Keith Russell, and he may be up there with TJ and Jeff. I don't rank my photographers, but he may be up there. So make sure you're checking out all the photo galleries, win or loss, support the guys. They appreciate it. Tune into our show Friday nights at 10:05 p.m. and Sundays at 1 p.m. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on Twitter or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live, even though we prefer the YouTube. You can find the audio version of the show on over 125 different podcast avenues, which was also the reason I was up till 3 o'clock Friday. Was Friday the Tyson fight? Yeah. So stayed up to all hours of the night watching that. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. And then come to find out, Sean messed up the SD card, so I had to re-record audio only of the video show, so that took a while, and we got it all. I blame everything on Sean if y'all haven't realized that by now. Anyway, over 125 avenues in all: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart. Hit subscribe now. Hit like. Hit heart. Or whatever it is Sean does on Thursday nights. I don't know why I changed it to Thursday now, or Saturday nights. Hit that button that will allow you to download that directly to your phone or PC. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go back and check them all out. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all began. Go to the podcast drop-down menu. Hit CSE podcast from there. And then, or you can check out some of our older ones, there's 2 tabs on the drop-down menu: CSE podcast and archives. The archives is stuff prior to our debut on the radio on 93.9, and then CSE podcast is all of our stuff after we stopped doing the show on 93.9. Our 93.9 stuff was accidentally compromised in an attack they had on their hard drive, so we lost all that. We had 3 sections, now we only have 2, but it is what it is. Shout out to everybody out there that is sharing the podcast. We appreciate you. Shout out to our guys Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage doing the Lord's work on ESPN 93.9 The Ville from 10 to noon every day. Well, I think Marcus is there 10 to 11 every day. Steve's there from 10 to noon every day. And we want to congratulate Steve on a happy anniversary, 10-year anniversary. That's very special in these days and times. Shout out to our guys at the 502 Circle, Mark and Dan, putting out a ton of great. Not only are they raising a lot of money for our programs, but they're putting out some great content with Floyd Street Media, Goal Line with Bilal Powell, Keeping It 100 with Kaysen and Noah, Inside the Huddle with Harry Douglas, Beyond the Court with Elena Scott. All great stuff. Make sure you are supporting them just like you support us. We really do appreciate it. On our channel, we've debuted a new show called Around the ACC with Dalton Pence. Every Friday at noon, he puts out his show is basically on everything in the ACC that's not Louisville centric. So it gives you a little bit if you're wanting to scout for this week's game or just know a little bit more about the conference overall. You can check that out. We didn't have an episode this week because actually Dalton is a very successful salesperson and he had a convention out of town, so he wasn't able to get that together for us. TJ Watt sack on Lamar, and then he bounced. So TJ sacked him, and then as he was going down, Loudermilk grabbed him, but I think there was a penalty. Right here, TJ gets the sack and lets go of him, and then Lufendoofer got him. Holding. Football is just not meant to be fun for me. But anyway, Dalton Pence, Around the ACC, fantastic show. Make sure you check it out. Patrick Queen with the Holding, former Raven, probably doing that on purpose to help his old team out. Not sure. Not been really impressed with him. Let's get to the end of this, guys. Social media. Where can everybody find you on social media, Sean?
At Elville Sean.
Farmers Only.
Don't have one.
Grinder.
Don't have one.
Bumble.
Don't have one.
No, you're just lying.
Christian Mingle.
Don't have one.
Any dating
The
sites.
fact that he's thinking about it is
All right, yeah.
Chicks with
Facebook dating.
Facebook got
Yeah,
dating
I think I
stuff?
have.
they do.
You do have that?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I do.
All
Well, at
right.
least he's trying.
Okay.
Swipe and click on every single one of them. Y'all think I'm being serious?
I for sure thought he was going to say he belonged to chicks with. I wasn't sure though. I could've
Dudes with boobs.
Dudes with.
You don't have to bleep that because
Uh,
boobs is all right. He covered it.
Laid the wood there, but
No,
he still
I'm
caught
glad to
it.
hear that. Click on
I'm proud of
every
him.
single
Yeah.
one of them, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Like, click on all of them.
Unless they have Adam's apples, and then you just swipe right by them. I mean, unless that's your thing, it is what it is.
You
Sam,
can
where
at
can
least practice chatting with them.
Yeah.
Sam, where can they find you on social media?
Baseboy124.
Yeet, Joey,
Joe Wallman 526.
and you can find me at Jeremy_CSC alongside at Card Sport Zone, which you can see there on the at the bottom of the screen. You will see where you can find us at YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Not calling it X, but the X logo is there along the ways that you can also help support us monetarily if you don't want to do the YouTube subscriptions. All right, last words for today, guys. Well, first off, we want to thank everybody for joining us on your Sunday, especially with such an important game in the city going on for the NFL. A lot of people tuned in, and we appreciate that. That does not get lost upon us. Sam, final words for today.
It was a rough weekend for us, but like Jeremy said, the sun came up. So be kind to your neighbors. Be kind to your fellow Card fans and the student athletes and coaches. We all assume and we hope and pray that they're doing the best that they can. And just relax. We still got some time left to go in the season. It's not over. It might not be what we wanted, but we got some time left.
Sean.
The football season isn't over. I know it's a terrible loss, but these guys are still going to go out there. They're going to give everything they got. So still show up if you can. Cheer them on. We still got goals we can reach, right? We still want to beat that team down the road. We can still do that. I think we're the better team this year. And I'm looking forward to basketball. It's been, a week now? Or a little over a week? Yeah.
It was about 10 days.
Yeah.
By the time we tip off, it'll be 10 days.
Because I'm looking forward to it because the Tennessee game, it just shows we got ways to go, but we still got a good team. I can't wait to see them grow as the season goes along and make the tournament. I think
I will say this. The AP poll just came out, thus setting up a matchup between the 30th ranked Louisville Cardinals and the 31st ranked Pittsburgh Panthers. So we fell out of both of those polls. I still, for some reason, call me crazy, feel like we probably stay in the college football playoff poll since it is more computer oriented, but we're probably like 24th or 25th. We could follow that one too. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I do believe that that's a possibility though. Chris in Wisconsin says, thanks, Jeremy and team. First time in a long time I've listened live. Well, we appreciate you listening live. We have a lot more fun. Like we really love doing the audio version of the show, but once we decided to expand to video, I know I have. Sean, have you enjoyed the video version more than when we just did the audio version?
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why? Okay. Since you're going to half-ass the answer, tell me why you like the video version more than the audio version.
Because I like to see the interaction. Usually when we just do the audio, we really don't. Like today, I don't get to see what people are saying. So.
Well, yeah, audio, we didn't get to see what people were saying because they weren't saying anything.
Well,
but we did when we did the audio version.
Yeah,
though,
we had a call-in.
We had a call-in
Yeah.
line. Yeah. So
yeah, briefly, but like for the longest time, it was we recorded it and then just put it out.
Yeah.
So
we could be more interactive.
There wasn't any live reaction because it wasn't live.
Sorry, Mama, for saying half A on the air. I apologize.
Yeah, that's me that says that.
Yeah, it's Joey that says that. Joey, we're set. We have put the ball on the tee. It's time for you to tee off with your closing statements.
Well, it's kind of hard this week because
giggity.
Well, last week too, probably. But this week, it's kind of hard to call someone else trash when the result of our game ended up the way it was. But I'll still do it.
Let's go.
Maryland's always going to be trash.
Duty.
BYU's now trash for losing their game. Oh, dang it. There was somebody else.
Morehead State.
Pittsburgh's trash. The Panthers for not holding on and beating Clemson.
Yeah, that was horrible.
I think
almost as bad as that.
You know what? I just thought of this.
Okay.
Our guys saw that before the game started, or even maybe got told during the game. They're like, "Oh well, ain't nothing we can do now," and it just a letdown. And then they let themselves down and lost the game. So
or did they tell Pittsburgh to hold their beer?
Thanks, Pittsburgh Panthers. You know this loss is on you. So you know what? That's who's trash. They're the most trash right now. Pittsburgh Panthers.
Well, the Steelers' defense looks to be trash at the moment, which Ravens take the as long as they hit the extra point, they will take a 1 point lead going into half. We still got a minute and a half on the clock, though, so we can still get down and kick another field goal.
Spay and neuter your pets like Sean, to help control the pet population.
Wait, are you saying that Sean
No,
he's his pets, or he's spayed and neutered?
Spayed and neutered, not because I don't neutered. He's self-neutered.
So are you saying it'd probably be a good idea for him to go through chemical castration?
Oh no, I'd never say that.
I didn't know. I didn't know where you were going with
the fact that people have to neuter their pets, to be honest with you, like to keep them from populating the pet population. Like, just keep them on a leash. Keep them in your backyard. Don't let them out to go, hump around. Hump around. hump, get down.
Our guy Jay Bell with a quick statement before we get off the air here. He says yesterday is who Brom is. It's who he's always been. I ain't on the he's got to go train like the crazy train folks, but it is what it is. Clemson got a couple of gifts too yesterday. All these teams would smoke us. I don't agree with that, but it is what it is. Chris says one last thought. I also really think we screwed the pooch by flying out there on Friday instead of Thursday, like every other team does when they go to the West Coast. I do not disagree with that. Everybody, we do appreciate you all. We do thank you all for joining us. I'm gonna do Sean's job because he's not interested. It's like he's a Florida Gator. Thanks again for all the support. We love you all and appreciate you all sharing all this. Hit that like button while you're in here. We hit the fire outro for you, Yoda. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. L's up. Or is it? No, it's
Pay attention.